I was talking about the carbon footprint that turbine aircraft leave, which is twice as large as piston engine, and it's a devastating blow to all of Alaskans and all of America, because the next 2 decades of oil development on the North Slope are all predicated on the use of piston engine aircraft to do the cargo flights to the remote sites. So this is not something that's just going to hurt Alaska, it's going to hurt the entire country and the world as well. The whole science that the EPA is using, I find to be highly bogus. That less than 2 parts per million of lead actually escape the aircraft, and anything over 180 horsepower, you need to have the lead to make the valve seat correctly. So what we're seeing at our friends at the engine shop right next door is all the aircraft that are using the STC to use car gas. When they crack the engines open, they see a lot of damage. And these are airplanes that are being used privately maybe once a week. My airplanes, out of our 30 aircraft fleet, 21 of them are piston engine, and they do over 8 hours a day, often with 2 different pilots. And I think you're going to see a lot more engine failures, you're going to see a lot more trouble. A lot of these markets in Alaska are so marginal economically that a turbine aircraft you can't do it economically. Aniak is a classic one, a town 100 miles northeast of Bethel. The entire upriver deal is done piston because a turbine cannot be supported economically. We're looking at a lot of freighters. I think people will starve because of this. It's just a classic example of how out of touch our government has become with its own. Okay, my name is John Dickens. I work for Alaskan Part 135 airline with 30 aircraft. We are really big out in the bush. I'm here at Lake Hood, Alaska, where about a quarter of the entire world's seaplanes are berthed. And this is a devastating blow the EPA is proposing. And what really shocks me is how they're basically cheating. They don't really want to hear what we have to say. They won't listen to our science. And most of the aircraft that based on this lake will not have the fuel they need to fly safely. This is a life safety issue for me, because our friends at the engine shop have shown that the car gas STC does not really work in the kind of tempo of ops that we do. And so I'm going to be looking for a job, and there's a lot of people in Bush, Alaska that are going to be going hungry.